Hello, in this video we will be seeing about the methods and functions in Java. So a method is a block of code. That means it is a code which only runs when it is called. So we can pass data known as parameters, the arguments which is over here in the string args. So methods are used to perform certain actions that are known as functions. Why use methods? So why are we supposed to use methods? So methods are used to reuse code, to define the code once, and we can use it many times. So I'll show you an example, cool example. So let me remove this thing. And how did I know about this method? I went to this documentation. So as you can see, to create a method, we are supposed to write this thing. My method is the name of the method. This guy is creating a static void method. We'll create another method. Let's suppose I'm creating this method. To create the method, we are supposed to write the access specifier. We don't want to create the method inside the main function because we cannot have function inside function. So we are supposed to create a function outside the main function. So this is in public. So public is an access specifier, and we can write static too, otherwise that's not, but we'll see if the online compiler accepts it or not. So I want to tell that this method does not return anything, and the name of the function, I just want to give the name of the function as add. So I don't want to have any parameters inside it, and let's open this up. And inside this we are giving a print statement. I'm just using autocomplete, and over here I'm giving a print statement like the addition of two numbers. So as you can see, I've created this function over here. So let's run this and check if this code runs or not. So let's run it. I suppose we are supposed to write static, but we'll see. So the program did not output anything because we created this function, of course, but we did not call it. So this thing will only be executed when we call it. So I'm supposed to write add, the name of the function, and the parenthesis, and write semicolon, and then this code will be whatever the code is inside this add function will be executed. So let's press run. Let me minimize this thing and zoom out. Run without login. So there is something. Okay, we are supposed to write this as static. So we did not follow the documentation, and here you can see that we have an error. So we are supposed to follow the documentation, and as you can see, this is the addition of two numbers. So if we do not have this static, we are supposed to create the object of this class, and then we are supposed to call that, but that's fine. And I suppose, and now if I want to write the statement again and again, I can just reuse this function again, like add. That is basically making my code efficient. I do not have to write the system.line again and again and again. So I can use a for loop to write this code 100 times in a way, and that's basically reusability of code, so that I can use this code anywhere. So now let's move forward, and as you can see, I have a small challenge for you all. So I just want you all to create a function by any name of your choice. In that function, I want you all to write a print statement like hi there, and I just want you all to call this function and run this, and let's see the output. So go ahead and do that now. So I suppose you have done that. If not, then let's move forward and do it. Give the access specifier, or it's not needed, it's up to you, but I'm just gonna write for our clarity's sake, and public static name of the function, right? I'm just writing at method some method, and this is also case sensitive. That means small s thumb method and capital S are two different things. and let's wrap this up and write something write a print statement inside. This is some kind of method. So let's run this thing and check. Run without login. So as you can see, what is the error? Public static. Okay, as you can see over here, we did an error over here. Return type required. So if you remember, we have this return type called void. So let's write void and write something like, call this function some method, 2 parentheses and a semicolon. Press run. This is some kind of method. So boom, congratulations on completing the challenge, and now let's move on forward. So as you can see, we have in the next tab we have Java method parameters. So let's open that. So as you can see, we have the function, but it can accept this thing. It can accept a string too. It can accept some kind of value inside the parameters, as we have this thing over here. So it can accept anything. So as you can see, this guy is like creating a method called liam, and let me show you an example. So let's remove this thing, and I just want you all to show from scratch. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you all can see properly, and let's create a function. Let's create a function, public static void. I'll write something like sentence, and inside that I'm creating a string of something like name. I'm naming it as name, so it is basically a nickname. And then now over here I'm using a print statement, and I'm interpolating this name. I'm writing plus to concatenate and write is my name. So let's just go ahead and run this thing. Just write sentence and run this thing. Let's run this thing and show you the error. So as you can see, method is a sentence. Method sentence in class Saf cannot be applied to given types. That means it requires a string. So that means we are giving a string over here. We are giving a string of name. We are giving a some variable of string, or of a type of string, and it says that it did not find any kind of arguments. So reason is actual and formal argument list differ in length. So that means we are not passing any value inside this thing. So in order to pass this value, we can write Saf, because Saf is my name. So what it basically does is that this Saf inside this parenthesis will move over here to name, and this name will have the value of this thing Saf, and this name will be used here. Name is my name. So let's run this and check what is the output. Saf is my name. So we are basically creating a template, and we can use one more thing, something like this. Write sentence again and write Khan, and we have sentence, we have Abhishek, and sentence we have question, and something like that. So let's run this thing and check the output. So as you can see over here, Saf is my name, Khan is my name. We are basically making a template by creating a method, and we can reuse that template instead of writing the whole thing again and again. So I hope that makes sense. And we have something called return type, this void. So basically now this does not return anything. So in order for it to return something, we are supposed to give a data type over here. So let's suppose it returns a string. So instead of this system.out.println, we'll write return. So we will write return, and we will just write system.out, or maybe we'll just return the name, return name, and we'll concatenate it with some value. Name is my name. So now as you can see, it will give an error over here. Your program did not output anything because we are calling it, but we are not receiving it. In order to receive it, we are supposed to create one more variable of string. This same, it should be same string. Let's create a sentence, small sentence, and let's just assign nothing to it for now, and let's move forward and just write sentence is equals to capital S sentence, not small. Oh my god, sentence and capital sentence, and inside this thing I'll just write Seth, and we will just print this sentence and see what is the output. The small sentence. So let's run this thing and check what is the output. So Saf is my name. It basically does the same thing, but we are creating this thing, and it has its applications, and there are some reasons that we are supposed to use this, but not now. But I just want you all to cover this thing. It can also have multiple parameters. Here we are only passing one parameter, right? It can have one more parameter of any data type, like integer or maybe character or float, anything we want. It can have any, it can have n number of parameters. And return values, as you can see, this thing returns, and this thing can be printed by using this, or I just created this thing and I did it in a very neat manner. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. For all that and more, see you all in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.